Hi, Cerilia from Baruco Knit Bits, and I'm here today to show you how to install a zipper. There's a few ways to install a zipper into your hand knit. If you are kind of wary, you can take it to a tailor and they will often set in a zipper for around $15. And you can also sew in zippers using a sewing machine, but I like to do it by hand. I feel like using a sewing machine just doesn't give me as much control as sewing by hand. What you need is your knitted cardigan, or whatever piece is going to require a zipper. Could be a bag. You have your two pieces. I like to steam the edges so that they're nice and flat, and then you need your zipper. Here I have a contrasting color. You could do matching, you could do contrasting. You're going to need pins. I have T-pins here, but I think I would prefer the glass head sewing pins. They would be less likely to leave a hole in your zipper here, but this is what I had on hand. You also need a sharp sewing needle and some matching thread. You want to match the color of your yarn or the zipper. It depends on what you care more about. I would say probably try to match the yarn color. That's going to leave like the most invisible finish. So I'm working from the wrong side and I'm just basting my zipper into place. This is actually an area where you can use the contrast color of thread so that later on it's really easy for you to go back and cut it out. You can just snip those basting stitches. The first thing I'm going to do after I've basted the zipper into place is I'm going to back stitch. I'm going to back stitch on the outer edge of the zipper right here on the wrong side. So you can use any stitch really here. It's running stitch would be fine. I like back stitch because it's a little bit sturdy. It's obviously not that neat right here, but let's see, I'm trying to do this quickly. Okay. So turn your zipper over. You can see that you can barely see the thread, even though I've used hot pink thread, you can't really see it. After you've back stitched on the wrong side, you can come to the front, and sometimes you want this to be really flush, almost flush, but with a little zipper sticking out. And that will keep it nice and hidden, so when it's zipped, all you see is your edge stitches, either stockinette or garter or whatever you have here for an edge. But if you want to be really sure that this knitting doesn't get caught in the zipper teeth, what you can do is sew a second row, thread your needle again, and again you probably want to be using a color that matches the yarn, and you can just take tiny stitches. Let's see, this needle's not that sharp. Take tiny stitches working from the right side now and just grab the zipper. So here you're going to be working a little closer towards the teeth. And then grab the knitting, actually the knitting itself right here. You can kind of see you're probably working with about half a stitch if you're working with a chunky yarn. I'm using Peruvia Quick right now, so it's pretty chunky. You might end up taking only half of a stitch or a quarter of a stitch. Just try to stay consistent and be a little neater than I'm being right now. Oops. A thimble actually can make this a little easier. I should have grabbed one. Okay, now I'm done with this side. I'm just going to repeat the same on this other side here, and then I'll have a functioning zipper.